Welcome, Cancer, to your love reading for the 14th to the 20th of 2019, January. All right, so let's see what's going on with you. That's interesting that we have the Sun in Capricorn, your opposite sign, if I'm not mistaken, yes. And then we have Saturn in Capricorn as well. So dealing with other people, making sure that you really address issues when it comes to marriages or your relationship, the connections that you have with other people, and kind of get real about them and seeing what you need to do. A lot of times it really calls for you to be open to other people, because they might come to you out of the blue. A romantic love interest is needing your attention at times, and you might need to assess whether or not it's beneficial to open up to a particular person right now or sever that tie. So let's see, energy for Cancer and love for this week for January 14th to the 20th. So overall energy for you, Cancer. Four of Cups. This is a rejection. For some of you, there might be an offer there. There might be somebody reaching out to you to offer you something, but you're not wanting it. So in that as well, when they're not wanting to accept something, you might not be wanting it either. Either. Okay. Let's see. What might the person that you're dealing with, what might even bring it towards you? You have the King of Cups in reverse, so a water sign is showing up, and you could be dealing with someone that you don't want to talk to or be around, because they could be, they might get intoxicated too much, a bit working on some emotional issues, a bit emotionally manipulative at times, not really sensitive, and not reaching out in some way. Maybe they might be feeling that way. If you're male or female, if you're in a connection with somebody and that person is, they know that they can accept this, they know they can open up, they know they can be a bit more compassionate, they could purposely be kind of avoiding you, or just doing things to get under your skin, you might really be annoyed by that for some of you out there. What is your response for Cancer? Yeah, and you're stressed. The Ten of Wands is usually when you're stressed about it, what that person does, how they might affect you, whether it's a marriage or a relationship. A lot of you might be working. You could be working out. You could be doing something to kind of distract yourself from that person energetically. So kind of putting a fire on the water and trying to make sure that you maybe, it's almost like you want to focus on something else or someone else, because that person might really annoy you this week. So what might be their response, the person that you're dealing with? Yeah, the Ace of Swords. That person, it seems like they might, because the emotions are being pulled back, so when they communicate something to you with the Ace of Swords being there, that can mean that they come off a bit reckless and maybe a bit demanding, or they can maybe manipulate you through communication. Clear by the Ace of Swords. Let's see. And then the Star is showing up. Whoever that might be, see, that's the instance of, you might not be accepting something from that person, but when the Ace of Swords and the Star is showing up to me, that can indicate that there's something positive that they're hiding from you. All right. And because they're not expressing it to you, you reject them, and then that can come through like you two might not be together. They're stressing you out, so you could be really frustrated by it. That's how I kind of see that. All right. Be careful don't jump to conclusions with a certain person. All right. That's what I'm got to tell you right now. Now, what might be what might you be wanting this week? What do you want this week in love for Cancer? And this just came up for Taurus. This is the energy of not being, well, you're frustrated by not being able to trust what's going on, not listening to your intuition. You're confused because the other person is confusing you. A lot of times you really know what's going on. You sense it, but you have to guess. The guessing work, you want it to go away. Same thing I said for Taurus. Some of you might be dealing with the Pisces. Let's see. And let's see, what might your love interest or partner want? Oh. You see, this popped out like that. The Nine of Wands with the Ace of Cups to me is somebody that they love you, or they might be They have deep emotions, they got deep feelings for you, but they don't want to tell you. They don't want to express it to you. So it's them almost coming through like they and it doesn't have to be a water sign, it could be anybody, right? Anybody that you're focused on or dealing with. I feel like that person loves you, but they are not telling you. Maybe you done something wrong to them. Maybe you pushed up too much. Maybe it's been something that is like a bad memory that they have from a long time ago. Now they're trying to use that as revenge in some way to kind of hold their emotions back. Whether or not you both broke up and you jump to conclusions and you blame them, and now they're holding these things back. That's how I kind of see this for some. All right. Now, for some of you, you might be dealing with a partner or love interest who you might feel is in love with someone else, and they're not telling you that's going on. So that could be for some of you, but this story is a certain way this week. That's how I see it. All right. So let's see. Sorry about that. This is a spades game. So let's see. What might be obstacles this week for Cancer? Obstacles. Six of Pentacles, and this is where either person, put yourself in the position that you might be in. If you are in financial debt or in debt, period, you might need to turn these things around so that you're able to help, maybe give, help provide, or help be generous in some ways. So maybe some of you may have been giving too much with a certain person, and maybe they don't want you to continuously do that because you're not even recognizing how much you're burning yourself out. So that might be an issue for some. But I feel like this is the energy of being open to giving and receiving equally and not blocking things out. So I feel like some of you, maybe someone stepped away because they want to be able to help and provide things for you. All right. So let's see, one more card. What might... So that's the obstacle. What is the advice for this week for Cancer and love? Advice. Hold up. Cancer and love. The 14th to the 20th. Pretty good reading. So you got the Wheel of Fortune showing up, and this is often destiny that's calling on. Make sure, yep, it's upright. So there's something that you're being pulled towards, someone that's being pulled towards you, and I feel like things are being worked out. And I feel these are really good. All right. That's the energy that I'm feeling for a lot of you. You might be frustrated with whatever you might be going through, and especially in the past, but I feel like this week is the energy to kind of trust your intuition, the feelings that you might have for someone, especially if it's someone new or even someone from your past where you may have had a lot of problems. I feel like they're hiding something from you, and that's very positive. All right. But let's see what Tarot is expressing here for Cancer and love for the 14th to the 20th, Cancer. Codependency, addictions are affecting your romantic life, whether it's you or your partner. If you drink, you do too much of something, too much of a good thing can be disastrous at times, but also the financial thing where you're depending on another person, not being able to depend on you, whatever it might be financially, that could bother you. All right. And let's see, one more card for Cancer love for 14th to the 20th. Then we have you deserve love, you are lovable. That's when you're in doubt, and that's still kind of a confirmation to kind of just trust that things can and will work out for you when the time is right. I feel for many. One more card for Cancer. All right. Then we have worth waiting for. Divine timing is at work in your love life. So definitely a week of trust. All right. Definitely on a positive note for many. So that's going to be a reading. I hope the messages did help out. Tons of love, lots of light to you, tons of healing vibes. I wish you the best. And you can always go to the website, psychicloveheals.com, to schedule something for you. So have a good one.